I believe, in my opinion, a healthy Robert Helenius defeats Dereck Chisora. Dereck Chisora at the time when he had fought Robert Helenius was supposed to be an up-and-coming heavyweight. After all, at that point in time, he had already lost to Tyson Fury. Now he has 5 losses on his record, with a loss to David Haye, a loss to Tyson Fury, which was his last loss in the second fight between them both, a loss to Vitaly Klitschko, and the loss to Robert Helenius, which a lot of people say Dereck Chisora should have won. Now, as I said earlier in the video, in my opinion, I believe a healthy Robert Helenius, 22-0 with 13 KOs, the Nordic Nightmare, 6'9", about 240 pounds or so. A healthy Robert Helenius, if he was healthy at the time, from my understanding, he was having shoulder issues, and his career hasn't been really the same since. I believe he beat Dereck Chisora. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this is because these two fighters are supposed to be fighting each other again sometime, I believe, before June. I forgot, whatever the case may be. They're going to be fighting basically each other in their next fight, unless Dereck Chisora, who's been very active in the last month, you know, he just won a fight yesterday. I forgot against who in a TKO, but basically he's won 5 straight fights since losing to Tyson Fury. They're going to be fighting for the European heavyweight championship. So it's going to be Helenius versus Chisora 2 for the European heavyweight championship. But a lot of people had it confused because they were saying that Anthony Joshua was going to be fighting Robert Helenius or Dereck Chisora next. That is not the case. Dereck Chisora has said, went on a record to say that Anthony Joshua is not in his future right now, and I can understand why, even though it would be a great fight for Anthony Joshua at this point in time in his career, because remember, for Anthony Joshua, sometime at the end of 2016, the WBC is going to order him to fight the winner of Alexander Povetkin versus Deontay Wilder. Remember, right now, he's ranked number 2, just behind Alexander Povetkin for the WBC heavyweight title of the world. So it's going to be interesting to see what Anthony Joshua's next fight is, but it's not going to be Robert Helenius, and it's not going to be Dereck Chisora. Now, I'd like to see him fight the winner of Robert Helenius versus Dereck Chisora. Now, him versus Robert Helenius, to me, would be a super fight, because I followed Helenius over the years before he's hit this slump in his career, because he's had some issues with his former promoter, who's now promoting Dereck Chisora, Silent Promotions, and basically his career has been pretty much in limbo. Now, they call the guy the Nordic Nightmare. He's a very precise power puncher, you know, and his right to the body is crazy. So, you know, it seems to be always on target. Look up Robert Helenius highlights. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to post a link to his highlights along with the video, along with this video, on the like page, which is the first link right in the description box. So, Dereck Chisora, does he beat Robert Helenius in a rematch? I do not think so. Dereck Chisora right now, even though he's looked good, you know, in his last, you know, as far as winning 5 straight fights, it's just that when you look at the 5 straight fights he's won, he was supposed to win those fights because they were super lowly matched opponents, and basically Silent Promotions is just trying to get their money's worth out of Chisora. So the big fight for Dereck Chisora sometime in 2016 is if he was to beat Helenius and fight Anthony Joshua. But in my opinion, like I said, the winner should fight Anthony Joshua, because I think that would be a big money fight for all of them. And then the winner could, you know, then go on to get a title shot. But then you have to mix David Haye into the mix too. I don't think we would ever see a David Haye versus a Chisora 2, maybe a David Haye versus a Robert Helenius. David Haye is talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. But I can go on all day. I'm going to be covering this fight. It's a fight I'm very excited about because for both of these guys, Robert Helenius, he needs this solid win under his belt, even though it's a guy he beat before. But he needs this name so he can get his name back out there, you know, as one of the top up-and-coming heavyweights, along with guys like Luis Ortiz, Andy Ruiz, Joseph Parker, you know, Lucas Brown, of course, guys like that. And when it comes to Dereck Chisora, if he loses, then pretty much, I mean, he's done. He's just a journeyman heavyweight at this point in time. And he's had big fights for him to be just, what is he, 32 years old. He's had super fights, so his name is still a name that can bring something. Even if he loses to Robert Helenius, I would like to see him fight Anthony Joshua, even if he loses. So T Street Controversy. This is T Street Controversy Live. I cover every single major fight live. As soon as a date is announced for this fight, I'm going to do a video. And as I say right now, a healthy Robert Helenius beats Dereck Chisora, in my opinion. T Street Controversy Live.